It is always very intimidating when this happens, if you get a standing ovation before you say anything. I'm always fearful that it's only going to go downhill. It can only go downhill from then. I don't know, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. Down in the West Texas town. Oh, well, okay, I won't do it right now. Given the slightest opportunity, I do that a lot. We had a great time. I don't know, anybody think Grizzly Rose? Oh, man. That was so much fun. It was just the greatest time. We had Dog the Bounty Hunter and Sheriff Joe Arpaio, and yeah, I did get to sing at the end. I couldn't leave, you know. We had them all boxed in, so I got the microphone and sung. Well, what a peculiar, bizarre situation we all find ourselves in, and I can assure you that a relatively short time ago, maybe 2 months at the most, I was never thought that I would actually be here asking you to support me for the position for which I'm running as governor of the state of Colorado. I have lived here all my life. My parents were born here in Denver. My grandparents came to Colorado from Italy. Just one little aside, my father's father, when he was 9 years old, his parents died quite suddenly in Italy, and so an aunt put him on a boat and put a little tag on his shirt that said, my name is Joe Tancredo, please send me to so-and-so in Iowa. So they put him on the boat, send him over. Of course, he gets here, can't speak English, nobody here. They said, what do you do? Where's your parents? Dead? You can't speak English? No, there's nobody here to pick you up? No, well, we're going to send you back because there's nobody here. You're 9 years old and you came. So they put him in quarantine on Ellis Island, waiting for a boat to go back. Well, he starts telling this Italian lady, he said, you know, nobody wants me here, and nobody back there wants me. I mean, Aunt kept him for a couple of months. He must have been a hellion. I don't know, but, you know, put him on the boat. And so the woman says, well, I think I can just sign for you, Joe, and get you over to New York City. And so she did, and that's all it took, and she got him from New York City from Ellis Island to New York City, at which point she said, good luck, Joe, I think Iowa's that way, because the ocean's this way, so good luck. Well, 2.5 years later, he ended up here in Denver, Colorado. Walked most of the way, always said there was always people going. This is 1894, so there were people coming across a lot of the time. I worked at wherever a farmer would put me on. Anyway, so I knew my grandfather. He died when he was 94 years old. He had a little store on 40th and Zuni, and they lived behind it. And we'd go over there on Sunday, and I said to him, remember one Sunday, I said, Grandpa, what happened to Iowa? And he goes, I got here, I took one look at the Rocky Mountains. I said, if Iowa's past that, to hell with it. Now, I do not know whether he was joking. I don't know whether he missed Iowa, just missed it, or whether he got there and kept going. Now, I have to say something. I ran for the office, I ran for President of the United States, ran for the nomination of the Republican Party in 2007. So I had to spend a lot of time in Iowa. Thank you, Lord, that he kept going and got here to Colorado. I mean, I love, if you're from Iowa, a nice place and all, but I am very happy that he came to Colorado. And anyway, my mom worked for Jocelyn's department store, downtown Denver, on 16th and Curtis, for 45 years as a clerk. My dad worked for Armour & Company until it closed its factory here in the 50s, and then he drove a truck for the rest of his working life, and they retired, and they're both passed away. But this is my home. This is, and you know what? It's not just my home. It's my love. I travel around the state now. I mean, I've lived here all my life. Cliff Dodge back there, by the way, was my campaign manager. We were together, and this used to be his district, didn't it? In the state legislature. He and I were elected together in the Colorado legislature. We were both part of what was called the House Crazies. simply because we were trying our best to reduce taxes. And Dick Lamb said, these guys are crazy. They want to actually reduce the size of government. And we go, yeah, hello, that's exactly right. And so they called us the House Crazies, and we actually did do it, however. We eliminated the tax on food, the state tax on food. We eliminated the tax on utilities. I don't know, go through a whole bunch of things, and then we both ended up on the Joint Budget Committee. And so that was a great experience, especially for the job I'm applying for right now. And we travel all over the state now, and Cliff drives, and we're both driving. And I always say, Cliff, I feel like a tourist still. I mean, I've lived here all my life, but you look and at the beauty of the state, and you just keep thinking, it's wonderful. And I love this state, and I am certainly doing this because it is a labor of love. It is. I do not want John Hickenlooper as the governor of Colorado. Now, Bob mentioned the latest poll. Well,
have you heard a later one?
We've heard a later one.
Right.
And apparently, I don't know for sure. This is not positive. I haven't seen it in black and white yet, but we're told it's a Denver Post Channel 9 poll. Will be out tomorrow, and apparently, and I hope this is right because I hate to spring this if it isn't, but we're told that we're within 6 points of Mr. Hickenlooper. When you consider that 3 weeks ago or so, I think I've gone up about 30 points. At this rate, this election's over within a week. I don't know. I don't know what the actual numbers are. I don't know what Mr. Mays is down. I don't know. That's just what we heard today, and so we'll check. And again, I can't be positive, but that is what we have heard, and so. That sounds awfully good to us because here's the thing, no matter what, I mean, I don't know if I am within that much, but I know that John Hickenlooper has never, ever, hi, little Nancy.
You're 65 or 70% on Tea Party brewing poll.
All right.
Yes.
There you go, 65% on the Tea Party brewing poll. But John Hickenlooper has never, ever gotten over 50%. 46 was his high water mark, if I'm not mistaken. The only poll I ever saw, that was the highest. Well, you guys, think about that. At this point in time, considering what's happening inside the Republican Party and, all of the, you'd say he'd be at 60%, but he's not. And this is a really important fact because when he isn't there now, as time goes by, it usually works this way, that the people who are identifying themselves as undecided will break against him. I mean, that's generally the way, because he would be considered right now like an incumbent. I mean, it's Ritter, Hickenlooper, and so it's possible that we have something in the making here that is historical. I'll tell you, it's true. If we win. If I win this race, it will certainly be national news. It will be, and you know what? It will also be, in so many ways, it will be a wake-up call to a lot of people, including the Republican Party, which it needs to have.